Alrighty then, so guys, I recorded this part already, but because I didn't realize that the thing for suspending the game was going to come up, I decided to re-record this part. So yeah, it's not really much. This is like 50 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. But anyways, yeah, so Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is finally on the NSO. So yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be like probably 3 weeks. But yeah, so yeah, I already have save data. But yeah, and also I'm talking to someone in Discord. So yeah, Star Trek needs a good game. I hear Star Trek Online is fine. I think I've heard of it, I just don't know anything about it. Oh yeah, and the reason for getting rid of the suspend the game thing on the bottom is just so the picture can fill up the full frame of what it can. And like, these are pre-rendered videos with the in-engine assets, which isn't bad, but like, once you see like the in-game models and everything that are upscaled to 1080p and everything, it becomes a lot more you know. So I'm pretty sure these are FMVs. So I'm just gonna say this game actually still looks pretty good for a 2005 game, a 2005 GameCube game, upscaled to like 1080p. I don't know. I really wish they had made this game separate from NSO, so it could be like in widescreen as well. But you know, I'm just like, funny, but bruh. Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard this, like, this fact about XD Gale of Darkness or not, but someone told me years ago that the main protagonist is the kid of the characters from the first game, but like that doesn't make any sense for multiple reasons. You know? He's the kid of the characters from Colosseum. But that doesn't make any sense for a number of reasons. Because, like, for one, the kid's mom is actually in this game, and it's not the character from the first game. But then, two, it's only been 5 years since Colosseum in universe, and clearly the kid you play as is at least, like 5 years older than that. But yeah, I just remember hearing that, and I accepted it as fact for a while before I thought about it, and it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. And the game doesn't really say that, so I don't know where the fuck whoever told me that, like, got it from. You know, it is kind of weird that Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness don't have any voice acting in them, despite them being GameCube games. That would be something. And you're thinking about getting that on the Switch? You should know that the Kingdom Hearts games are cloud only, outside of Melody of Memory, on Switch. They don't download to your Switch. You have to play it over the internet. Yeah, outside of Melody of Memory, which the game's not really worth playing unless you're like I don't know, because they wanted to port it to the Switch and like didn't want to actually spend time making it work with the Switch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of the stupidest things about those ports of the games is like the fact that they are streamed rather than downloaded to your console. I'd rather recommend you buy them on like PC. Yep. It's either that or wait for a possible Switch 2 port, which I don't know how likely that is anytime soon. The fact that the EV model is ported straight from the Stadium. Did what? Yeah? Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Hmm. It might be a Switch 2 version of one that's already out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is already out. It's just a Switch 2 version of it. Oh yeah, they released Wonder on the original Switch 3 years ago. Well, a little less than 3. But I've heard good things, so... Cyber Skunk. Pokeballs aren't used in the Ore region, so we import them from another region. Then how the fuck do people catch Pokemon? Eevee, I don't think would be as bad if the head was around it and the eyes didn't like they were staring into your soul.
Gale ports.
What? Yeah. Gale port. Emphasis on gay. Alright. Okay, I am no longer talking to a friend in Discord, so let's get on with this, shall we? God, what the fuck with the character model for Eevee? They didn't even bother to update anything from the N64 model. And you can tell, even Teddy Ursa's model is better, but granted, was it Gen 2 Pokemon? Yeah. But like, Sunkern's is like better than Eevee's. Like, I don't understand. Jesus Christ. Screenshot. Like, Eevee legitimately looks like it's peering into your fucking soul, bro. Bruh. I already read this text in the initial recording of this part, so this is just for you guys if you want to pause the video and read it. Oh, the D-pad is also for movement. Interesting. Yeah, the eye textures don't really hold up that well in this game, especially it's a problem with a lot of like Gen 6 games, but it's especially like egregious when you put the characters right up to the camera, because this distance is fine. When you put them up closer to the camera, it's like, nope, not even remotely. Alakazam was a Gen 1 Pokemon, but I don't know if it was in either of the Stadium games. Zangoose was a Gen 3 Mon. So it was definitely newer at the time that this game was made and came out. They probably made that model for Coliseum and then put it in this. Yeah, like the high resolution like textures for and the upscaling for the character models and like backgrounds and stuff like that. They look fine, but then you get to the shadows that weren't updated whatsoever from the original like GameCube versions, and they're really like pixely and blocky. Fuck is up with this guy's earlobes? Varich. Oh yeah, and this is something, you see this from a top-down view, which is kind of reminiscent of the Game Boy and DS games, but, like, I really wish that you could just peer the camera down to get a more 3D view, because, like, this shit's fully modeled. They give alternate camera angles for the cutscenes, so I don't know why they limited the camera to this view here. Like, this is a fully 3D game. You know? And we are a little bit ahead of schedule from where I was when I recorded this initially, because I ended that initial recording after that cutscene. I actually like that like these NPCs were programmed with like multiple lines of dialogue depending on what was going on or what is going on in the story. You know? Emily and Acri. The fuck kind of name is Acri? And also, Emily, they spell her name E-M-I-L-I. What the fuck? That's not how that's spelled. Actually, I think it was after this that I called it apart, so... yeah. Mr. Verich. Also, like, with the textures and everything, everything's upscaled decently to, like, 720p or 1080p, whatever it was. However, there's not a lot of, if any, anti-aliasing, as you can see with the character, the main character. Like, the shimmering around his hair and his eyes, his goggles, and everything. And, what else? The text. The text is low resolution as well, for no reason. It's stuck in standard definition. Like, I won't say this is bad for upscaling a mid-2000s Game Boy or GameCube game to HD, but there was so much more they could have done with it if they had released it as an actual like HD remaster of the game in the eShop. Like, I think that's what they should have done was really remaster this in Coliseum in a 2-pack for like $40. That would have been nice. And like, with an actual HD remaster, they could open up the frames, the side of the frames to widescreen, and put the game at 60 FPS. I doubt that doing that would have fucked up anything with the game logic, so... Oh, cool. This is where you can evolve your Eevee if you want. Passes on status problems. Changes water into HP. Yeah, you can tell at least the first 3 are really low resolution screenshots of the JPEGs they would have, or PNGs they would have made of these from Stadium. These are PNGs because they made them for, or they made these character models for Coliseum, I believe, and so they're just using PNGs of those models. And that's also a thing, if they did an HD remaster, they could easily upscale these PNGs and also redo the character models. To, like, make them higher, like, poly and everything. You know what? I'm probably gonna get a bunch of different shit. Passes on status problems. I think I'm gonna get that. Items. Goddamn. But alright guys, I'm gonna pause here and continue in the next one.